My wet socks, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be discussing whether or not Michael Ilisami is a scammer because recently he asked Kiki and Kibitz, aka Mary, to make a GoFundMe for him so that he could fight a supposed legal battle with the Dirty Bird. I just got back from a road trip, and then in a couple of days, I'm going to a wedding on the East Coast. So I'm trying to get this video done, and then once I get back, I'll make a longer video explaining more and bringing more lore in front of your eyes. Let's review this GoFundMe together as a family. We can see the title is Support Michael Ilisami's Legal Battle, and he's raised $42,845 of the $25,000 goal. Something that I found out right away is that the goal was originally $50,000 and it was changed to $25,000. I would love to know why. Wow, y'all are working so that Michael doesn't have to, because that's what this is, right? It's a money grab. That's what the creatures that go on the show 90 Day Fiance do when they set up these GoFundMes. They want the fans of the show to bail them out of their irresponsible life decisions. That's a fact, whether it's Michael, whether it's Gabe, whether it's any other cast member that has set up a GoFundMe. Let's call it what it is, lazy, because these cast members go on the show, get a massive platform, and are able to make absurd amounts of money by talking to the camera. They literally do lives and get massive donations. I have personally seen Michael get massive donations when doing lives on TikTok, multiple donations. This man is perfectly capable of working and making his own coin. He's a 36-year-old man from Nigeria. We have 11 million kids in the United States living in poverty. We have over 35,000 veterans that are homeless in this country. And it's baffling to me as an American citizen, the lengths that a lot of citizens in this country will go to help immigrants, to help people that just got to this country, but forget about our fellow citizens that are suffering. I can't even believe it. And this video is going to be a fundraiser. I saw through YouTube we can do that, which is really cool. So I'm going to make this video a fundraiser. I'm going to put it towards a charity. I'm not sure which one yet. Really tough times for our citizens and for a lot of citizens around the world. You know, these past 4 years have been very difficult between the increased price of rent and food and gas. You know, you go to the grocery store and you want to cry. So I'm very surprised that so many people have shown up for Michael like this, especially when this is a confirmed liar. We've seen him lie multiple times on the show. Angela has caught him in a lie multiple times. Angela's awful. I'm the first one to, throw verbal stones at the Dirty Bird and say that she's a terrible person, and her children are also terrible. Her daughter's a child molester, for God's sakes. Her other daughter is an enabler that I guess is going to be on the single life. I'm not sure why anyone would want to see her on the single life. All she does is back up her mama. And Angela cheated on Michael. She flew to Nigeria unannounced and physically attacked him. At that point, she should have been kicked off the show. We're all in agreement? Hear, hear. Huzzah. Just because Angela is one of the most deplorable and wicked people we've ever seen on reality TV doesn't mean that Michael's Mother Teresa, he's not. He cheated on her as well, and that's not the right way to go about it. When someone cheats on you, the correct response is to end the relationship and move on with someone else that's gonna love you and treat you with respect. Michael didn't do that. He stayed in this relationship for the purpose of getting to the United States, and it seems like so many people are donating out of spite for Angela. That's not a proper way to get back at a bird that's dirty. You don't reward bad behavior. I am surprised about what I'm seeing, and I'm surprised no one else has said what I've just said. Not one other person has had this stance, which is interesting because a lot of the commentary YouTubers that review the show are fellow Americans. Y'all remember when we made a little mini series covering that Mary and Brandon set up a GoFundMe for her faking colon cancer? Well, I think I made it known that I don't approve of cast members setting up GoFundMes. A lot of the audience of the show watches these people and puts them on a pedestal because fan culture is a real thing. And so many people already feel bad for Michael that they're gonna blindly donate because they think not only are they helping this guy out, but they're getting back at the Dirty Bird. Why are you rewarding someone for not putting in work? Why are you rewarding someone that would rather ask for a handout than set up a live and say, hey y'all, so I have this legal battle with Angela and I would really appreciate you guys showing up for me. I'm gonna do this dance, or I'm gonna go out and we're gonna vlog. He can work for this money. So many people have showed up for him, and we can see that by how after only a couple months, he has over 100,000 followers on TikTok, on Instagram. This man has all the tools to make money himself, and he didn't need to online beg. The GoFundMe bio reads, hi, I am Michael Ilasami from TLC's TV show 90 Day Fiancé. I have been put in a situation once again due to Angela's actions where I unfortunately have to ask for help. Due to the recent legal filings for an annulment by Angela against me, I must seek legal advice. I have obtained an attorney, but fees are expensive. There are time restraints and deadlines, so seeking pro bono help doesn't fit these circumstances. I have a legal battle to fight, and that fight will be expensive. The money that is being donated will be used to cover all legal expenses in connection with this annulment and any other legal matters I may have to deal with as a result of this annulment filing. I am asking all my fans to help. Whatever you can give, I would deeply appreciate. I understand all of us are having hard times, and I hate to ask others for money, support, but it seems like due to the legal actions brought against me, I have to ask. Thank you all, and God bless. Please note, Mary Kay is a blogger from the YouTube channel Kiki and Kibitz. I asked her to help me set up this campaign, but please be assured all funds are going directly to me, and this is my only campaign page. Update. Thank you so much for all of your generous support. Personally, in my opinion, I believe that Michael has the money. I just think he doesn't want to spend his own money on this. He wants to spend your money. And it's interesting, regardless of whether it's Gabe, whether it's him, whether it is, what's the old grandma's name that was on the show that was trying to start this llama sanctuary, Debbie. You need to start asking certain questions because there's a lot of holes in this guy's narrative and the mask is starting to slip. I saw a recent interview that he conducted with Entertainment Tonight where he refuses to honestly answer how he fled the Dirty Bird compound.
I read online, people said a car came to pick me up and all that. Hell no. A car didn't. No car came to pick me up because Angie lives in the countryside. I don't think there's Uber there, like car service or something. You have to have your own individual vehicle to move around the town.
Where did you go?
But all I would say is this: I suffered.
What was the final straw?
Wow, you weren't suffering when you had your friend come pick you up now, were you, Michael? The same friend in the United States that called the cops numerous times while you were living at Angela Deem's house. The wellness checks. Why is no one asking about that? When Michael's friend here in the United States was calling the cops, he was telling them that Michael is unsafe, and given Angela's behavior on and off the show, he knew fans wouldn't doubt that. And these NPCs have a very interesting way of telling on themselves. He already confirmed that Angela Deem lives in a remote area in Hazelhurst, Georgia, so naturally he would need a car to leave. His unwillingness to be honest with the same fans he begs for money online is very telling about his true character, in my opinion.
Where did you go?
But all I would say is this: I suffered.
What was the final straw?
Oh, whatever. Let's just move on to the next question without resolving how he escaped the Dirty Bird compound, where he went. The next time that we saw Michael, he was making videos in a house. How did he get to the house? Whose house is it? We got to start asking these kinds of questions. Here's the interesting part. This is where the emotional thinking comes into play. This is where the psychology comes into play. Because Angela Deem is an abuser and such a trash human being that's so unlikable, right away, Michael is elevated to a position that he shouldn't be at by the fans of this show. He is put on a pedestal because not only do people despise Angela Deem, but we have been saying for years that she shouldn't be on the show. It is morally wrong to televise abuse. We watched this woman fly unannounced to Nigeria, tear his car apart, put her hands on him, and then fast forward, she's talking to Drew and Ross bragging about telling this story, and they're laughing along, probably going to invite her and her daughter to one of those Hollywood pizza parties after, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? It feels like for years, the fans have been getting shafted because we have wanted this woman to get let go from the network and they never do it. And now I've seen news that Skyla's going to be on the Single Life, which is just another way to have the Dirty Bird involved in the storyline and have her on camera without being the main focal point. It's just ridiculous, right? I mean, no one wants to see Skyla go on dates. There's no male presence in this house for a reason, because there's too many grandbabies. There's a severe lack of discipline in this house, and someone needs to sort this out because these women have produced life and they're giving terrible advice. And I have been very vocal about the entire Dirty Bird clan. Just because I'm pointing out Michael's sus activity doesn't mean I'm going to be any less vocal about how disgusting these people are. I want you to know that. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know if I'm very articulate right now. I've downed a bunch of coffee. In a couple days, I have to go to a wedding on the East Coast. So I wanted to make sure I sat down, made this video, and then when I get back, I'm going to cover part 3 of the tell-all. I'm going to cover part 4, and I might even even cover part 5 yet, because by then part 5 will be out. It's been very tricky to find this footage, which is incredibly tilting because I pay for Discovery Plus, and you know, it's already like we're getting shafted by once again seeing her and Ed on our screens, not to mention we gotta go through all these other routes to watch the footage, and it sucks, you know. As a paying customer of Discovery Plus, we should be able to watch the tell-all when the episodes are out, when the parts are out. And if anyone was gonna pay Michael's legal fees, it should be TLC, because they are the ones who have been profiting off of Michael's abuse for years. My wet socks, I got a lot more to say about the situation, especially the Dirty Bird versus Michael legal battle, but I'll save that for the longer follow-up video that's gonna be out in a week or so. If you got some spare coin, please check out our Yourwetsock channel membership program for the custom emojis, the exclusive content. 10 out of 10, totally worth.